maybe, if it can. There we go. All right, hello and welcome. Let's go ahead and get started here. If you want to go ahead and come to a standing position. All right, we're going to start with our breathing as we normally do. So go ahead and stand with your feet just underneath the hips, toes pointing straight ahead. You're going to have a slight bend in those knees. You're going to bring the hands in front of the chest. Feel free to close your eyes as long as you feel stable. We're going to breathe in and stretch tall. Fill the lungs with air, and then as you exhale, let the arms drop down to the side. Very good. Breathe in, reach up. And exhale, drop the arms down. Good job. One more time through. Breathe in, stretch way up, reach tall. And exhale, drop it down nice and slow. Let any tension relax out of the body. Fantastic. Keeping that slight bend of the knees. We're going to start to swing the hips side to side. Let the arms be heavy. Hi, Amy. Good to see you. Laura, I think you got a friend peeking in to say hello. Go about 30 seconds here. Let's get some flow going. I gave your daughter the Zoom line, Laura. We were texting this morning. So I said, if you want to say hi to your mom, she's usually on class. Amy, I have everybody muted right now, but if you want to come off and say hello, you're welcome to it. You can just unmute yourself. Good job. About another 10 seconds.
Just want to say, hey, Mom. Yeah.
Great. Your face is covered.
Oh, darn. Okay, hold on.
No worries. One more breathing cycle, everybody. Hands in front of the chest. Reach up and stretch. And exhale, let it down. Good job. Last set of 3. Breathe in and stretch. Elongate through the head and hips. And relax down to the side. Fantastic. Last one. Here we go. Reaching up. And all the way out. Very good. We're going to go hand on the hip. We're going to pivot the hip and reach to the side. Side to side here. Amy, what part of the world are you in?
Okay, so I'm just going to say hi and then get off and do the rest of my workout. I am in Rapid, South Dakota. So I'm in South Dakota right now. And I just want to say, Mom, you get it. Get your workout. You go, girls. You get your workout.
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping and hope to talk with you later, Amy.
Okay, all righty. Bye, everyone.
Bye. All right, once you've done your twist and reaching, then we're going to start to open the shoulders. So we'll start by shoulder rolls. I'll come down a little bit closer. So we're shrugging up, rolling the shoulders back behind. You can stay standing, or if you want to sit, you're welcome to. Good, and then we'll roll them forward. Fantastic. Go ahead and reach your arms out to the side. Turn one palm up, one palm's down, and then we're going to kind of shift side to side, alternating which is up and which is down. There you go. Fantastic. There you go. Fantastic. All right, and then we're going to circle, nice big circles, reaching in front of the body and around, up and around. All right, here comes Kelly. Opening the chest. Fantastic. And switch directions. Circling forward. Very good. And then we're going to bend the elbows and rotate through the elbows. Very nice. And switch directions. Rotate the elbows the other way. My left doesn't want to quite move that way. Forward and back. Fantastic. And then last, let's roll through the wrist. Very nice. All right, from here, you can either lean on your table or come down on the floor. We're gonna look to stretch out the forearms a little bit. So you can go all the way on the ground or just kind of stand over top of a countertop. We're gonna go palms down, fingers towards you, and then you're gonna gently lean back. You can also, like I said, you can do this kneeling down on the ground. Just looking to stretch out the forearms, open through the wrist a little bit more, and you can sway side to side if that feels good. And then go from hands away to now interlace the fingers, and then we'll rock back and forth here. Very good. We've got hands flat on the ground, stretching side to side. All right, fantastic. All right, from here, hands on the hips. Go ahead and circle the hips around, nice and smooth. Warming up the lower body a bit more. Very good, and switch directions when you're ready. Circle the other way. All right, very good. From here, we're gonna go into our march, or if anybody wants more intense, you can run in place. Lift through the hips. We're gonna do the pause march first. Or like I said, if you wanna run in place, you're more than welcome. Lifting the knee, lifting the opposite arm. We'll go about 30 seconds here. Smooth breathing, working on that hip stability, waking everything up. We're gonna be doing some single leg stance here shortly, as part of the warm up. Very good. After some marching or running in place, we're gonna go side stretch. Hand on the hip, reach up towards the ceiling, stretch towards the side. You can look up towards the ceiling or sky. Got the sunshine shining in right there. And then switch when you're ready. Palm up, reach, across. You guys are a little bit frozen on me. If you're having any issue on my end, come off your volume and let me know, or you're welcome to drop me a text if you can't. Hopefully I'm moving for you all. A couple more times, side to side there. Reach into the side and back. All right, from here, we're gonna go into some stepping jacks or jumping jacks. So you can either step to the side, arms come up to overhead. If you have anything keeping you from overhead, you can go what we call our seal jacks, where the arms are at shoulder height. Okay, so here we go, about 30 seconds here. Either jumping or stepping, be nice and light on the feet. Start to increase that heart rate. Good job, halfway. All right, guys, we're gonna go to single leg balance on the left next. Feel free to use something to support on. Lifting up out of that hip, reach your right leg off the ground, and we're gonna hold for upwards of 30 seconds here. You can keep your foot closer to the ground or knee nice and high, whatever feels best. Just don't let that hip kick out. Remember, extra challenge, close the eyes. That's halfway. Good job, 10 seconds left. Lifting up through the core. And 2, 1, and rest. Very good. In between sides, hands on the hips. Just gently rock your hips side to side. Open up that side body. Get a little hip flow there. Very good. And when you're ready, we're going to switch sides. So now we'll stand up nice and tall out of the left leg and lift that right leg off the ground. Good job. Focus. I may have done this leg twice. Apologize. Let me know. Got a little bit scattered by that kicking off the screen. I hate when the internet drops us like that. We're over halfway. If you did left leg twice, we'll do right leg twice on the next round because we're going to cycle this through one more time. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. We're gonna say hello to our hamstrings next. Slight bend in the knees, arms either across the chest or behind the head. We're gonna start by bowing forward, sending the hips back, saying hello to the hamstrings, engage the glutes, stand tall. Long in the spine, driving the hips back, and stand. If you're pretty long, meaning you have good flexibility in the back of your legs, don't go more than about 90 degrees and then stand from there. Fantastic. Couple more. Hinging forward, straight up. And last one, forward and up. Fantastic. We're going to go back to the top, starting with our march, or remember you can run in place. This time, instead of a pause march, we're going to punch across the body. So our march and punch. Join me when you're ready. Good job. Nice smooth breathing. Nice work. We're going to keep a little bit faster this round. Let me just adjust this real quick. All right. Good to see everybody today. Thanks for coming out. From our march and punch, we're going to go straight into either our stepping or our jumping jacks. 30 seconds here. Nice work. Remember, if you want to jump, you can, or don't hesitate to stay with that step. Nice work. Fantastic. 2, 1, and bringing it down. I'm going to make sure I get the legs right this time. We're going to start on the right leg, lifting up out of the hip. Lift that left leg up. Upwards of 30 seconds, single leg balance. Pulling up through the core. Adjust that wobble. Keep lifting. You'll feel that ankle kind of readjusting, trying to figure out where you are. We're over halfway. And also think shoulders stacked right over the hips. So sometimes we'll start to fall forward in our chest. Tall chest, shoulders back. Stack it right over the hip and rest. Fantastic. Hands on the hips. Let's circle them around. Very good. So if you did your left leg twice last round and you want to go right twice, you're welcome to it. Otherwise, follow me. We're going to go left leg next after we switch those hip circles. So let's get 3 to 5 the other way. There you go. And now when you're ready, set that foot down, push the big toe into the floor, into your shoe, lift up through that hip and core. And when you're ready, lift the right leg off the ground. 30 seconds hold. Balance as well as you can. Nice job. Shoulders stacked over the hips. Halfway through. Nice job. 5 seconds left. And 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. All right, we're going to go back to the hamstrings. Instead of that good morning or that waiter's bow, we're going to go one leg at a time. So bend the right foot, left heel down, toe up. Again, hands over the chest or behind the head, bowing forward and stand. Nice and smooth. Send the hips back. Say hello to the hamstring on the left leg. And just nice and subtle, kind of feel a little bit of tension and then stand from there. We'll go upwards of 5. Very good. Last one. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and switch sides. Let's get nice and stable in that left leg. Place the right foot on the heel, toe up, stand tall up out of your hips, arms across the chest or behind the back, behind the head, bowing forward for upwards of 5. Hinging and stand. Good job. Couple more. Up. Last one. Forward and stand. Awesome. All right. If you want to balance on something, if you're a little bit off on your balance, grab onto something. We're going to go nice wide base stance, toes pointing straight ahead. Your focus to keep your foot flat on the ground the whole time here. And just nice and subtle, we're going to go into a side lunge, looking to open up the inner thigh. Stand tall in between, and then you'll shift your weight to one side, driving the heel down, pushing the knee out, looking to get a little bit of a stretch in the inner thigh. We'll just go back and forth. About 2 to 3 times on each side. Shouldn't have any pain in the knee, so just make sure that that shin is vertical, weight's back on the heel, and then just adjust as needed, opening the inner thigh. Fantastic. When you finish that, grab something to balance on, stand tall. If you prefer to lie down, we're gonna go quad stretch next. And remember, you can kind of put your foot up on like a chair or something and lean back a little bit, open up the inner thigh. If you're able to grab that foot, let's go ahead and pull the foot towards the heel. We're gonna go upwards of 30 seconds here. So a little bit more single leg balance if you are standing. Just make sure you have something to stabilize with. Nice and smooth. Very good. Another 10 seconds here. Very good, and shake it out. Go ahead and get set for the other leg. Again, always making sure you're set well through the hip and core, balance as needed. Grab the foot or put it up on a step and lean back. Looking to stretch the front of the quad here. If you can touch your heel towards your glutes, that's really good length in your quad, good opening in that hip flexor. And if you can't, don't worry about it, just do the best you can. Encourage it to stay nice and long. And 3, 2, 1, go ahead and shake it out. If you want to repeat that once more on each side, you're welcome to it. We're going to go over our first cycle. So we have our squats today, 30 seconds, anywhere between 5 and about 10 reps during that 30 seconds. We'll have 15 seconds in between our exercises, left arm row, right arm row, all right? And like we have been doing, we're gonna be cycling through upwards of 4 sets, and then we'll stretch in between our exercises. So before we go into part B. All right, some quick reviews here. So if you're fairly familiar with the squat, I would just go ahead and start warming it up. You can even use something to hold on to kind of sit back and really get some nice depth to start your warm up, heels down, okay? Our quick review would be feet outside the hips, slight toe out. As you send your hips back, you really want to keep those heels planted and then stand smooth. Ideally, we'd like to get the hips below the knees, right? But as needed, if you're not quite ready for that, you can always squat to a chair, or in this instance, a cooler, right? After the squat, we go into our bent over row. You can support one hand and pull the arm up and in. If you don't have anything to support the hand on, I recommend a long lunge, like a stagger stance, and you'll row from here. So those are our 2 exercises, squatting and rowing. Any questions? I'll take you through 3 sets, and then I'll ask if anybody wants to do 4. If we want to do 4, we'll keep it rolling. All right, and you're welcome to do weighted or unweighted on your squats, completely up to you. All right, we'll go ahead and start in 10 seconds. Set those feet tall in the chest, and here we go. Look to have a little bit slower on the down than the up. If you're fairly experienced here, you can always get faster over the sets, but especially this first set, treat it as a good warm up. Control into the bottom. Stand strong. Very good. Smooth breathing. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Good job. We're gonna go left arm row first. So I'll step the left foot back. Remember, you can support that hand on something or forearm on the thigh. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So you're pulling that weight up to the shoulder or like right against your torso. You want to think shoulder blade back and down and elbow high above the torso. Smooth breathing. Halfway through. Nice work. Good job. 5 more seconds. Squeezing that shoulder blade towards the spine. And rest and rotate. Same exercise, other side of the body. Nice long stance. 2, 1, and begin. Elbow up and in. And always ways to make these workouts more challenging. You could switch right to the next exercise if you don't want to follow me on the rest breaks. We're really focused on just some foundational fitness here, moving through generally. Good positions of the body. And 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. So that's set 1. We're gonna roll right into set 2. If anyone ever needs a break, just take it. Otherwise, we're gonna go back with those squats, starting in 5. If you wanna weight it, you can, or just use your body weight. Begin when you're ready. Sinking back, standing smooth. Really focus on your breath here. Breathe in as you control it down. Hold a nice strong core engagement. Chest tall. Nice work, almost there. 2, 1, and rotate. Bend over rows are next. Stand tall on the spine. Same side that you're rowing is gonna be stepped back. And here we go. Elbow up and in, reaching forward. Try not to look at the screen the whole time, so once you know the movement, you wanna have your head neutral, almost like looking down at the floor, or if you're supporting on a surface, looking right there. So keep that head stationary, neck neutral. Keep focused on the breathing. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and rotate arms. Come up in between sides. You want to make sure you're staying nice and strong in the core to support the spine. 2, 1, and here we go. Elbow up and in, reach it forward. Good breathing. Upper body rows are really great for our posture. They keep our back strong. They hold our shoulder blades in a really good position so we don't have that forward shoulder posture that we tend to get with age. And it's not even age anymore. You see young kids with it even today. Sitting forward. Good job. Rest and rotate. That's the end of set 2. Remember, if you need a break, take it. We're gonna go back to those squats in 5 seconds. Starting at set 3. And begin when you're ready. Good control. Standing smooth. We have some step-ups, or your choice of some lunges later on, but this will be the only squatting of the day otherwise. Just in this first section here. So pace yourself accordingly. Nice work. Keep breathing, driving that chest tall, pushing those heels down, and rotate. Nice job. Left arm row of set 3. 2, 1, and begin if you're ready. I like to focus on the lower part of my shoulder blade here, where I'm thinking about trying to pull that shoulder blade in towards the spine. Like if I was trying to squeeze it to touch my spine in the back. And then avoiding that shoulder shrugged up towards the ear. So think shoulder blade pulled down the body and squeezing it in. And 2, 1, switching arms. Nice job. Into set 3 coming up, and you guys will let me know if you want to go for 4. 3, 2, 1. Come on with me. Smooth through your breathing. Get a little tongue-tied talking to yourself sometimes. Halfway through. Remember to hold that head neutral. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Give me a thumbs up if you want to go 4. All right, we got at least 1. We'll take it one more time through. Don't hesitate just to get some water and chill this round if you'd like. Otherwise, last set. If you're fairly new to this, haven't been doing many squats, I would recommend just hanging out for a second and resting on this round. Keep that breathing strong, chest up. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, and rotate. Nice job. If you're still with me, this will be our last time on each arm. Then we'll have a break. Or at least an active stretch. 2, 1, here we go. Elbow high, reach it forward. Nice job, over halfway. And 3, 2, 1, opposite arm. Last set. Whew. All right. Final row, and here we go. Head neutral, elbow high. Great job. We're over halfway. And 2, 1, and all done there. Fantastic. Grab a drink. We're gonna do some stretching and then we'll go into part B. Part B is short today. We're just gonna do a little check-in with our front plank. But first, let's go ahead. You're gonna stand up, have your left foot back, take your left hand to your right shoulder, pull that elbow like into your body, and now you're gonna rotate towards your front leg. Engaging that glute on the left and just opening through the front here. So I'm looking for a little bit of an opening on the hip and a little bit through the shoulder. Just pulse there a little bit, and then we'll switch when you're ready. Place your left foot forward, right foot back, right hand to the left shoulder, pull that elbow down and across, and now we'll add the hip to it. So driving the hip forward, engaging the glute, slight pivot to the left, or whichever leg you have on the front. So again, just looking to feel this a little bit in the front of the hip there, helping those hip flexors to open, and the outer shoulder. Awesome. Next, we're gonna go hands behind the back, hold a towel or interlace the hands, extend out the arms, lift the chest. Core is strong, stay tall. If you'd like, slight bend in those knees, forward bow. Don't feel like you have to though. Lifting the hands up, pulling those shoulders back. Awesome, shake it out. All right, so for the plank, if you're fairly secure in your planks, you've done them quite a bit, then you can come down to the floor if you'd like, or you can go an elevated plank. That elevated plank, hands right underneath the shoulders, stepping the feet back, holding a nice position here. Whether you're elevated or on the floor, we will have the same things that we're looking for. Not letting the hips drop, not letting the shoulders drop. So we're extended. And then for people that are really flexible in the elbows, don't hyperextend. Keep a little bit of give in those elbows. So we're gonna run the clock for upwards of 2 minutes. I'm gonna kind of call out every 15 seconds for the first minute and then every 10. So just kind of take note of about where you do come down, and you can keep track of that for yourself if you'd like to follow your progress. and then upwards of a full 2-minute hold. But don't go to failure, right? So if your body starts to shake or you can't hold a good position, then give it a rest, come on out of it. Any questions before we start this plank hold? All right, if there are no questions, let's go ahead and begin. So go ahead and get into position, and 3, 2, 1, begin. So on the floor, you can either be on the hands or on the forearms, holding good posture. And say you need to come down and rest, you can always jump back in. That's our first 15 seconds. But ideally, we want to see how long can you hold for one time sustainable. Head neutral. There's 30 seconds. It's when you want to kind of go to that happy place, just holding and breathing. Lifting up through the hips and shoulders. There's 45 seconds. Great work, everybody. Smile, tell yourself you're doing great. Come down anytime you need. We're coming up on that minute. If you're still holding, we're at a minute in. I'll give you every 10 seconds from here. There's minute 20. Of course, it would pause on us in the middle of our plank hold. Good job. Still see some of you hanging in there. That's a minute 30. Lifting and holding. Only stay up as long as you can be in good position. There's a minute 40 for anybody that's still holding strong. Great work. Looks good, Morgana. Nice AG. Minute 50. Laura's still hanging in there, it looks like. Maybe she went back up. Fantastic. And 2, 1. That's a full 2 minutes. Shake it out. All right. We're going to go into child's pose, or if you're someone that has elevated up off the ground. AG, it looks like you were kind of doing this before, Anne, where you had to reach the hands in front of you and drop your hips back. So you stretch the upper body. Or those of you that are comfortable down on the floor, go ahead and come into child's pose. So you'll reach the hands out in front of you, drop the hips back, and just stretch nice and long through the torso. You can even rock yourself side to side a little bit to help get a nice opening. All right. And then when you finish that, you can either stay on the ground or join me seated. We're going to do our spinal twist. So on the ground, you would take the legs to one side, sitting in the chair, opposite hand to the opposite thigh. Sit tall, rotate, and now you can do your, those of you that are seated. Rotate it back. Good job. Switch sides if you haven't on the twist. Hand to the opposite thigh, rotating that shoulder 10 times the other side. Fantastic. And then those of you that know the version on the floor, if you're in the chair and you prefer, we're going to do these ones. Hand to the opposite, elbow to the opposite thigh. Sit tall, look over that same side shoulder. Go between 5 and 8, or on the floor, we call them ZBs back in Phoenix. Let's go between 5 and 8 on each side. The floor version looks a little bit like this. Hand behind the head, close it down, open, looking up through the shoulder. Down and up. Like I said, let's get between 5 and 8 on each side. Seated or on all fours. I'll do the opposite side, seated. And after you've done 5 to 8, go ahead and just switch sides on your own. Fantastic. All right. Those of you that are on the ground, I would say stay there and go into one more version of like a quad stretch, pulling the heel towards the glute, okay? Those of you that are standing, you're welcome to repeat it like we did earlier. I'm gonna talk about our last piece. Remember, this was our quad stretch that we did? All right. I'll talk about it, I'll demonstrate, and then we'll do it. So upwards of 5 sets, anywhere between 2 and 5. So give yourself breaks as needed. There's not All right, sorry for the interruptions today. Of course, right when I'm demonstrating. All right, so we'll carry on. 30 seconds of either a foot tap or a step up or a lunge into a stepping or jumping jack like we did in the warm up, into a mountain climber, and then you can either rest for 30 in between sets, or you can repeat that jumping jack, or you can do something different like a high knee. So let's talk about these movements. If you got the email, we talked about if you did have a step stool around and you want to use that, this is when you'd want to bring your step stool out, okay? I'm going to demonstrate from the least advanced to the most difficult. So the first is our foot taps. You just balance through the hip. It's like a high knee marching, but you're touching your foot to a surface. So you could tap like the side of a couch. Sorry guys, I don't know why the service is being so tricky. I've got 3 bars. The internet gods are not in our favor today. Okay, better now? Okay, so either the foot taps or step ups. The step ups, if you have a stool that you're confident with, full foot on the step, come up to standing, and you would alternate sides for 30 seconds. Okay. If you're confident with lunging, that's our third option, back and down, okay? Or if you know our giant steps, you can do the giant steps. So that's our first 30 seconds. Everybody's together on the second one. We either do the stepping jacks or jumping jacks. Third exercise is our mountain climber. You can do it elevated, where you're here, stepping your knee towards your elbow, or down on the floor, stepping the foot up and back. From there, we either rest. I'm going to be doing a rest, or if you want to keep moving, you can march or repeat those jumping jacks. Sorry for the cutouts. Are there any questions or any confusion? I got the text that I was frozen there for a bit. All right. If there are no questions, go ahead and follow along with me. I'm going to be demonstrating the foot taps on the first round, and then I'll go to step ups on the second round. All right. And 3, 2, 1. Stabilize. Two, 1, from step ups to our stepping or jumping jacks. Stepping jacks or jumping jacks. Good job. Nice work. Breathing and moving, breathing and moving. Rest anytime you need. 10 more seconds. We're going to mountain climbers next. 2, 1, and rotate either down on the ground or elevated. Strong in the core, stepping the foot up. Knee towards that same side elbow. Good job. It'll be a little bit challenging after we did that plank work in the last section. So be gracious with yourself. If you need a little more rest today, give it to yourself. 5 seconds, and 2, 1, and either rest or you can repeat your jumping jacks. Jumping or stepping. All right, folks, that's the end of set 1. You can stay with step ups if you were doing them, or you taps, or you can come to step ups this round. 15 seconds till we start set 2. So don't feel like you have to change anything, just different options. You want to get some blood flow, keep it moving, by all means. 5 seconds till we begin. And begin when you're ready. Open the hip, switching legs. If you're doing step ups, make sure you're using a height that you're confident, that you can extend that hip fully. Nice and controlled. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. Stepping jacks or jumping jacks? There you go. Nice work, Diane. Fantastic. Keep moving. Halfway through those, we're going to mountain climbers next. 2, 1, and rotate. So remember, mountain climbers, you can keep them elevated or down on the floor, either way. Rest anytime you need. Don't let yourself get too overheated. Nice work. We're over halfway. Either resting or back to your stepping jacks after this. This is the end of set 2. Stabilize through the hips and rotate or rest. Nice job. Feel free to grab a sip of water. All right, Diane's keeping it moving today. 10 seconds. Foot taps, step ups, or lunges. Here we go. Picking the knees up. If you're lunging, make sure you have really good control, that you feel confident with that lunge. Otherwise, stick with your nice high knees and the foot taps. 10 seconds left. Good job, and here we go. Stepping or jumping. Nice job. So interesting how all this technology works. I've got everybody frozen except for Diane. Oh, it's a mystery. Nice job. 5 seconds. Third set of mountain climbers. Core strong. Knee towards the same side elbow. Fantastic. This is the end of set 3. We'll move through a total of 5. You break whenever you need. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. You can rest, or you can just kind of sidestep if you want to break from those jumping jacks. Some nice breathing. I'm going to go back to the step ups for set 4. So just kind of alternating the demonstration. Saving the lunges for the night class for me personally. I did some yesterday, the other workout, so saving the legs. All right, set 4 coming up. If you're still with us, 2, 1, and go. Either those step ups or foot taps or we're lunging. Open the hips, stand tall, nice and confident. Engage that glute as you open the hips. Nice job, 10 seconds here. And 2, 1, and jumping jacks or stepping jacks. Nice job. Keeping it moving, we're halfway through. Hey, G screen moved around, there you go, and 2, 1, and 4th set of mountain climbers. Either up high or come down to the floor for these ones. Remember, you can go elevated hands. Staying strong in that lower core. You don't want your hips kind of shifting around a whole lot. Good stability of the low back on these mountain climbers. Two, one, and rest and rotate. Good job. That's the end of set 4. I'll take you through one last set and then we'll finish with some cool down stretches. Don't feel obligated to do it. If you want to just take a break, just drink some water and relax. Otherwise, 15 seconds till our last set. Great job, everybody. Thanks for showing up today. Great to have you. 3, 2, 1, and taps, step ups, or lunges. Fantastic. Nice work. 10 seconds left. Be our last time through if you're with us. 2, 1, and final jumping or step jacks. One of those movements that always seems like it's not going to be too bad, and then you start to feel it in the shoulders, and the breathing increases. Good job. Halfway through. All that we have left after this is our mountain climbers. Lots of core work today, moving the hips. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Last time down. Holding strong. Picking up those knees. Really focus to keep lifting up through your shoulder blades. So like right through the middle of the shoulders, lifting up towards the ceiling so you don't drop down. Final 10 seconds. So we'll walk it out to finish. 2, 1, and let's walk it out. Yay, nice job. Woo. Get some water. All right. Let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and come to a seated position, or you're welcome to lie on your back if you're familiar with these stretches. Seated or on your back, let's go ahead and extend that left leg out, and then you're gonna pull your right knee towards your right shoulder. Sitting nice and tall, or laying flat on the back, and we're gonna roll the ankle around. 3 to 5 rotations to the right, and 3 to 5 to the left. Job. We're going to go ahead and switch legs. Again, on your back or seated with me here. Extend out the right, pull the left knee towards the left shoulder, and roll the ankle around on that side. Anyone have any good stories or experiences recently that anybody wants to share going on in your world? All right, once you've done the ankle rolls there, continue to either lie or sit. And this time, instead of pulling the knee towards the same side shoulder, take it gently across the body. So on your back, you're gonna point it towards that opposite shoulder. If you're in the chair with me here, I'm almost towards the opposite torso. Just looking to get a little bit of stretch in the side of the glute. Breathing here. Good, and switch when you're ready. Extend out the other leg. Pull the knee towards the same side and then across the body, stretching out that hip. Very good, just a little bit more here. Fantastic. And then we're gonna finish here with that figure 4 stretch. So on your back or seated, right foot, pull it towards that left thigh. If you can get it all the way on the left thigh seated, that's fantastic. You're gonna sit up nice and tall, or like on your back, reach between the legs, hug that leg in. Seated, sit tall, lean forward. You're looking to open the outer hip here. We'll hold about 20 seconds, just nice and gentle. Fantastic, and switch when you're ready. Opposite leg, foot towards the thigh, sit tall or lay back. If you're lying, pull the thigh towards your chest. If you're seated, lean forward. 20 seconds here. Very good. One final behind the back stretch. So those of you who are maybe on the floor, go ahead and make your way up nice and slow. Pull the shoulders back and open through the chest. And then if you want to make your way to a wall, I'm going to move the computer and make All right, final stretch. Internet's obviously ready for us to leave. All right, if you have a doorway, we're gonna go elbow on the post, stepping that inside leg forward, lean into it, and rotate away. So we're just getting a nice opening in your chest here. There you go. Diane, if you can, elbow just a little bit higher. There it is. Yep. It's always nice when I can see some of you. Fantastic. Go ahead and switch sides when you're ready. Place that shoulder, elbow against the wall, or however you need to do it. Lean into it, turn away, open through the chest on the opposite side. All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and turn off the recording. Thanks for coming. Thanks for moving your body, and hope to see you next time.